Dear students, today I will start a new topic, that is income from house property. So far in income tax, what we have discussed basic terms of income tax and some theoretical aspects relating to income tax. After that, we have discussed incidence of tax, and in incidence of tax, we have solved many problems. So today I will begin new topic, that is income from house property. So basically, for calculating taxable income of an individual, we have to consider his sources of income. So previously I have told you 5 sources of incomes are there: income from salary, income from house property, income from business and profession, income from capital gains, and income from other sources. These are the 5 sources of income. So in your semester number 5, semester number 6, you have to learn these 5 sources. In the semester number 5, you have to study income from salary, income from house property, income from business and profession. Okay. So for convincing income from salary through online classes, it's very difficult. So therefore, I will start income from house property. Income from house property. First topic, first source of income is income from salary. So when online classes will be started, at that time I will be engaging the topic of income from salary. So in case of online classes, so I will start with income from house property. Right. So first let me to begin with the meaning of income from house property. What is income from house property? First of all, income from house property, it is an income. It is an income on which we need to pay income tax. So what type of income this is? For this, I will give a simple example. Okay. So take example of myself. I have 2 houses. One house I have retained for the purpose of my own residence, and one more house is there. Okay. So that house was let out by me to my tenant. That house was let out by me to my tenant, and my tenant is using my house property for his own residence. So for that purpose, he will be paying monthly rent to me, and that particular monthly rent is income for me, and that particular income is called as income from house property, nothing else. Very simple. I have a house, I have an additional house, I have let out that house to my tenant, and my tenant is giving me monthly rent, and that monthly rent is an income for me, and that particular income is called as income from house property. And one more thing you have to remember, that an income to be called as income from house property, certain terms are there. So certain terms, what type of term? Okay. So first of all, there must be a house that should be let out, and that should be let out for the purpose of residence. This is most important. House property must be let out for residence purposes. Then whatever the rent is received, that rent is called as income from house property. If the house property is not let out for residence purpose, then whatever the rent is received, that rent cannot be treated as income from house property. So therefore, an income which is to be treated as income from house property, the house property must be let out for the purpose of residence. Then the rent received is called as income from house property. So this is the meaning of income from house property. Right. Now we need to discuss some basic terms. Very important terms about income from house property. What are those terms? Let me to explain one by one. First one. First one is municipal rent. Municipal rent. What is municipal rent? So municipal rent is nothing but rent fixed by local authorities. Rent fixed by local authorities. So if we take example of Bangalore, there will be BDA, Bangalore Development Authority, that will be fixing rent for house properties. So that is called as municipal rent. If it is the case of Bagalkot, Nagarasthali is there, municipality is there, and municipality will fix a rent. That particular rent is called as municipal rent. Okay, so as far as the village is concerned, there will be gram panchayatis, and those gram panchayatis will fix the rent. That rent is called as municipal rent. So therefore, a rent fixed by local authorities is called as municipal rent. Very simple. And then second one, fair rent. What is fair rent? So usually a rent practice. Rent practice. It will be different from one place to another place. If you go to Bangalore for a single bedroom, so there will be rent of 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 depending upon the locality. So such rent practice is there. If you come to Bagalkot for single bedroom, in Vidyagiri it will be 5,000, in Amar it will be 4,000, in Old City it will be 4,500 or something like that. So different rent practice is there. Okay, so in particular areas there will be a particular rent practice. That particular rent practice is called as fair rent. And next, standard rent. Now, what is standard rent? Okay, to understand standard rent, first of all we have to clarify one thing. In cities like Bangalore, Mumbai are metropolitan cities. A metropolitan city is one which has an exceeding population of 1 crore. Okay, in such cities, living cost will be very high. So in that case, if the rent is charged to the tenants which is very high, that will create adverse effects to the living standards of people. So therefore, in such cities, there will be Rent Control Act. In such cities, there will be a Rent Control Act. Rent Control Act, it is applicable only in big cities, not the city like Bagalkot. In big cities, there will be a Rent Control Act, and this Rent Control Act will fix the rent. Whatever the rent fixed by Rent Control Act, that rent is called as standard rent. It's about standard rent. And next, actual rent. See, municipal rent, it is fixed by local authorities. Fair rent, actual practices of rent. Standard rent, so the rent fixed by Rent Control Act. Okay, so apart from these three, whatever the rent, in fact or actually we have collected from the tenants, that particular rent is called as actual rent. So these are four most basic important things, because if we understand these four things, definitely we can easily solve, we can easily compute the taxable income from house property. Okay, so therefore I suggest you one thing. These four explanations you have to watch repeatedly. Okay, so when online classes, offline classes will be started, so I will not be supposed to repeat them, because we will be having very less time. So therefore, watch this video repeatedly. So these four things. So after these four things, now we have to understand some other terms. Gross annual value. So here, gross annual value. What is gross annual value? So usually we calculate taxable income of house property. For calculating taxable income of house property, we have to deal through these four things. Okay, when we deal with these four things, whatever the amount we get, that amount is called as gross annual value, nothing else. So how we deal with these things? So first we compare municipal rent, fair rent, whichever is less. Then we compare the standard rent, whichever is less, and out of this amount we consider actual rent. In these two we take whichever is highest. So likewise we calculate taxable income from house property. So after passing through these four aspects, whatever the rent we get, that is called as gross annual value. Okay, so next, net annual value. Net annual value. So here you know what is gross annual value. So I have just explained how to pass through these four steps. Then we get to gross annual value. It will create so many confusions in the minds of our students. So don't get confused. So after this theoretical aspect, I will practically explain you what is the format of calculating gross annual value, what is the format of calculating net annual value. Okay, so most importantly you have to understand these four things. Okay, now net annual value. So when we calculate gross annual value, this must be deducted with the municipal tax. Okay, from gross annual value we have to deduct municipal tax. Municipal tax paid by the owner. Okay, so after deducting municipal tax from gross annual value, whatever the amount is left, that amount is called as a net annual value. Okay, so this is about the theoretical aspects relating to income from house property. In my next class, I will explain you what is the format of computing gross annual value, what is the format of computing net annual value. Okay, so after computing net annual value, we have to deduct application. So we have to apply deduction under section 24. After making deduction under section 24, we get taxable income from house property. So practically how it is applicable, in my next class I will explain you. Thank you.